Prepare for a journey into our planet's remote past, where trees didn't decay, but turned to rock. Welcome to Petrified Forests, the graveyard of the stone giants. Imagine a desert landscape, and instead of fallen, rotting trunks, you find the trunks of gigantic trees, complete with growth rings and bark, but shimmering with rainbow colors and as hard as stone. It's as if nature has frozen time, preserving life in a completely new form. To unravel the secrets of these stone giants, how about we start with our interactive approach? How can a tree turn into rock? Ever wondered how wood can be replaced by minerals, keeping every detail intact? Let's unravel the science behind this rare phenomenon. It's a process that seems like magic, but it's pure science, acting in super slow motion over millions of years. The alchemy of nature, how wood turns to stone. Petrification doesn't happen to just any tree. For it to occur, a series of perfect conditions must align. First, an entire forest must be buried quickly, before the trees have time to rot. This usually happens because of a volcanic eruption, which covers the area with ash, or because of massive floods that bury it in mud and sediment. Isn't it amazing how nature can transform something that rots into something that lasts forever? Imagine a forest suddenly sealed under a protective layer. Without oxygen, the wood won't decompose. Then the magic begins. Groundwater, rich in minerals, especially silica, from volcanic ash, begins to infiltrate the trunks. Over time, this water slowly deposits minerals in the wood cells, replacing the original organic matter, cell by cell, while maintaining its perfect structure. It's as if nature had a 3D printer that, instead of plastic, used minerals. The result is a perfect cast of the original tree, but made entirely of stone. Even more impressive are the colors. The vibrant hues you see don't come from the wood, but from the minerals that were deposited in its place. The red and yellow come from iron oxide, the purple from manganese, and the black from carbon. It's a work of art by nature. Can you imagine such a slow process, taking millions of years, to transform an entire forest into a graveyard of precious stones? Where the stone giants rest. The Stone Tree Cemetery is located in the United States, in the state of Arizona. The national park where these giants lie is so unique that it encompasses and protects a portion of the famous painted desert. Have you ever imagined being in a desert where the rocks and soil appear to have been painted with shades of red, orange, gray, and purple? This is the landscape that serves as the backdrop for the petrified trees, making the view even more surreal and colorful. The park's location is no coincidence. The dry climate and the presence of mineral-rich sediments, such as volcanic ash from the Mesozoic era, were essential for the petrification process to occur. In a place where rain is rare and the soil is rich in minerals, the conditions for preserving wood fossils were perfect. Have you ever imagined being in a place where you can watch ancient life turning to stone under a painted desert sky? Petrified Forest National Park is like a time capsule, and the same process that turned the trees into stone also preserved the animal life that existed at the time. The graveyard of ancient giants. Under the desert floor, scientists have found a treasure trove of animal fossils that tell the story of a completely different world, some 225 million years ago, during the Triassic period. At that time, the area that is now a dry desert was a vast, humid tropical swamp, with rivers teeming with life. Giant trees weren't the only ones that thrived there. The fossils found, the most notable fossils are those of gigantic reptiles, such as phytosaurs, crocodile-like creatures that dominated the rivers. Skeletons of giant amphibians have also been found, and most exciting of all, some of the oldest dinosaurs on the planet. These fossils reveal that the current landscape of rock and sand was once a lush ecosystem inhabited by enormous prehistoric creatures. Have you ever imagined standing in a desert landscape and learning that, millions of years ago, it was a tropical swamp, home to gigantic reptiles? The titles of the Petrified Forest. The Graveyard of the Stone Giants. This is the most poetic and direct title. The park's landscape is, in fact, a final resting place for gigantic trees that died millions of years ago. The difference is that, instead of rotting, they have become stone monuments, each with its own story engraved in minerals. The Triassic Time Capsule. The park is a rare and impressive window into the past. The trees and animal fossils preserved there show us what life was like over 225 million years ago. It's as if nature has preserved a time capsule that reveals a world of swamps, reptiles, and ancient forests. The forest of colors. Thanks to the minerals that turned them to stone, the park's trees shine with a rainbow of colors, from the yellow and red of iron to the purple and pink of manganese. Have you ever imagined a cemetery so beautiful it looks like a work of art? The treasure of nature, the park is on the waiting list for recognition as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, demonstrating that it is a global treasure worthy of protection so that future generations can marvel at its history and beauty. Petrification isn't a magic trick exclusive to trees. Any organic material can, in theory, turn to stone, given the right conditions. It's the same science, but applied to other elements. Animal bones. This is the most common and famous type of fossil. Dinosaur skeletons, for example, are petrified bones. The process is the same. The bone is buried, and minerals from the groundwater infiltrate, slowly replacing the organic matter and preserving the bone's original shape. Seashells and skeletons. Millions of mollusk shells and the skeletons of fish and other marine animals have been turned to stone, preserving life that existed in the ocean millions of years ago. Even footprints and leaves. The fossilization process is so precise that it can preserve even delicate details, such as leaves, seeds, eggs, and even the footprints of animals that stepped on mud, which turned to rock over time. Have you ever imagined seeing a dinosaur footprint transformed into stone, preserved for millions of years? In essence, nature can transform life into rock, provided it is quickly buried and mineral-rich water does its job of replacing the organic matter. Reality is often more impressive than fiction. Nature and history have created scenarios and phenomena that seem impossible, but they truly exist, waiting to be discovered. The story of the Petrified Forest is one of nature's most magnificent transformations, a bridge between two completely different worlds. From tropical swamp to stone desert. Imagine the past. More than 225 million years ago, what is now a dry, vibrantly colored desert was once a hot, humid tropical swamp. It was inhabited by gigantic creatures, like phytosaurs, and colossal trees that grew in abundance. It was a world of life and exuberance. Then, something dramatic happened. Cataclysms, like volcanic eruptions, buried this forest and all its life, sealing it in a time capsule. Now, look at the present. The swamp and its trees disappeared long ago. In their place, there is a desert, a world of rock and sand. But nature's magic has done its part. The process of petrification has transformed the wood trunks and reptile bones into colorful rocks. The Petrified Forest is living proof that the past never truly dies. It's a place where you can walk in the present, but treading on pieces of the past, with the vibrant colors nature used to record its own history. It's a work of art that reminds us that time can change everything, but nature finds ways to preserve life forever. And so we've reached the end of another adventure. What an incredible place we visited today, right? I hope you felt the energy and beauty of this destination as much as I did. If you enjoyed traveling with me from home and want to explore many other paradises around the world, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It's free and you'll be guaranteed not to miss any of our upcoming expeditions. In addition to subscribing, leave a like if this video showed you something new and tell me in the comments, what was your favorite part of this trip? Or what place would you like to visit on our next destination? See you in the next video.